Good morning and welcome to the Darkmom Consortium for March the 16th, 2021. I'm Mom. Good morning to everybody out there. Figured we'd play with Karen today. Maybe go on the next part of her adventure here. Since it's just me this morning, Ed still has his internet woes. I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on. I remember back in the day he was telling me that his internet gets routed through his neighbor's apartment. I don't know if he's talking physically or if the router's situated there or something, so I don't know if that's the issue. Maybe it's his internet service, his ISP. And while I know he can play a bit on the phone, that really sucks up data. So, Ed, we love ya. We're marking time till you get back. So, you'll notice I'm still in my jammies. At some point during the night, I had gotten up. My alarm had gone off at the wrong time, 11 last night. I can't remember why it was set for 11. And I'm like, okay, and I flipped it off and went back to bed and didn't check to make sure that the charger for the phone was back in the wall. So I woke up stretching, going, well, my alarm goes off at 4:30. And it hasn't gone off yet, so it can't possibly be 5:30. Oh, depowered, and it's 5:36, and just enough time to make coffee and run the breach twice. Thus is my love for you, my fine people, that I will put you ahead of getting ready for work. That said, obviously we're going to jump out at some point a few minutes early so I can go get ready for work. We'll do a little Karen here. All right, hey, I just checked our numbers. We're at 466 followers, so trying to get 34 more. Hit the magic 500. What does that do for us? Not a gosh darn thing, but it's still cool. Alrighty, let's find a vendor. Find a little dilithium here. We have a bunch of junk. We have some extra sunglasses. So let's come on over here. See if we've got an easy way to get rid of any of this. We do. Let's see. Do we have a science slot there? We do not have a science slot there. No problems. Let's see if we've got any perquisites that we haven't claimed. Nope, we're good. All right, so let's go ahead and go on with the story. I believe bringing down the house is next with the awesome Karen. Okay, we've got all of Empire done. We're to Warzone. Hold on a second. Shouldn't there have been something for finishing Empire? Yeah. I'm not losing. Well, I am losing it. That's a different story. Okay, we got some toys here. Let's go ahead and see what we've got on the ship now. Anything that we want. Upgrade our torpedoes. Yeah. Upgrade that. Let's talk to the nice vendor person again really quick here. Okay. Bringing down the house it is. Oh, that was a fast load. Really fun to get to beam up so we can beam back down. I believe we'll be doing a show tonight from 7 till 10. I think DT's going to be in charge. I got to check with him. Because 7 to 10 here is like 4 in the afternoon for him, which is kind of early in the day. But I'm trying to get the books done and not having a lot of luck between working and doing other stuff.
state of House Martok. It has been too long. After Gowron stripped my house of its titles and lands, this place became my home. I will defend it and House Martok to my final breath. Come, Lady Sorella waits for us ahead. Believe me when I say it is unwise to keep her waiting.
Welcome. I will skip the usual pleasantries. We have serious matters to discuss. The House of Martok has many enemies. Some of them seek to curry favor with Gempok, or the House of Duras, by striking at us. Until now, most of these attacks have been little more than a nuisance. But now we know that an enemy may be plotting to assassinate Worf. And my grandson, Maven, may also be a target. The filthy Baktag willing to carry out such dishonorable attacks must be stopped. And so, I ask you to find these assassins and eliminate them.
Any threat to House Martok will be dealt with, my lady. On that, you have my word as a warrior.
He is on his way to the Batleth tournament on Forcus 3 with your father. Worf assured me that he would handle security matters during the trip, but that was before you reported your findings to me. Before you go, I have another concern. Our local farmers reported seeing a Romulan here recently. Given Kemtar's suspicions of a house collaborating with the Tal Shiar, it seems to be an odd coincidence. We need to know what the Romulan was doing here before you leave for the tournament.
A Romulan? Here? Once I would have considered that impossible. But we live in strange times. Maybe they have come to their senses and joined with the Empire against the Federation. I haven't seen this Romulan myself. Well, others might have. You have my leave to speak with the workers. One of them might have seen your pointy-eared interloper about.
Of what interest is a Klingon farm to a Romulan?
The only thing I've paid attention to of late has been the lack of rain. But you're a warrior, not a farmer. You wouldn't be interested in that. Sorry I couldn't help you.
The Togs have been busy tearing up my roots, but other than that, I haven't seen anything unusual.
I remember seeing the Romulan. He said he was a surveyor hired to architect a new irrigation system. He set up equipment on the hill over there, but I have not seen him lately. It would not surprise me if he is up to no good. You can never trust a Romulan.
This surveyor may be more than he seems. The idea of a Romulan moving alone, freely on estate grounds? I do not like where this is going. Let's follow his steps. Doing so could lead to insight on the Romulan's actions. I see the equipment there. It is definitely Romulan tech. That is definitely Romulan gear. but it is not surveying equipment. It is a short-range EM transmitter, not something a surveyor would use, Romulan or otherwise. I have a bad feeling about this. Disable it at once. Well done. We still have a suspicious Romulan on the loose, however. There is a shipping and receiving area nearby, close to a landing pad. I suggest speaking with the workers there. They may have seen our mysterious surveyor recently.
I love that I can't whack it with my batleth. I have to press the button. I can tell it's early in the game.
Feral togs, always a problem at this time of year.
Yes, I remember this man. It's not every day you see a Romulan in the Ketha lowlands. He didn't say he was a surveyor, though. He told me that he was a part of a diplomatic delegation studying our agriculture. Martok would have never let a Romulan set foot on our world. That's why I don't think much of Jimpak. He's too... All deliveries to the manor. However, his codes were valid, and he had Lady Sorella's signature, so I did as he asked. His delivery arrived today. It is the large package we moved to the grain storage shed near the house of Martok's manor. Knep would know what was ordered. He handles most of Lady Sorella's business transactions.
And now our surveyor is a diplomat. A Tal Shiar spy seems more likely. I processed that delivery. It was an order for the House of Martok. They needed explosives for digging out a new irrigation system. The order was placed by Lady Sorella with her signature and authorization codes. She must need the new irrigation channel badly. Normally, Sorella delays such tasks until the winter, when the farm hands aren't busy with planting and harvesting. This spy is clever, placing the explosives near the House of Martok's fertilizer stores. If he detonates them, the results will be devastating. I believe that device we found earlier was intended to be a trigger relay. Taking it out will slow the Romulan down, but it may not be enough to foil his plan. We should focus our search near the fertilizer shed. The spy will need a good vantage point to monitor the area before he triggers the detonation. Come, the hunt continues. Use your scanner to search for Romulan life signs. The signal is getting weaker. The signal is getting stronger. The signal is getting stronger. ship! What is that Romulan doing?
The House of Martok will crumble, and with it, the rest of the Klingon Empire. You cannot stop what has begun.
Treacherous for shock! It's an ambush! They're finished. Deal with that bomb before it kills us all. This ship, it is the Rotaran, the flagship of House Martok. That Romulan wanted to blow up more than fertilizer. It would have been a fatal blow, both to the House and its honor. Huicha! One thing is clear. Whoever is behind this plot has no honor. Not even a Fekiri would join forces with the Tal Shiar. It is madness! We must continue the hunt, my friend. The Romulan still draws breath, and as long as he lives, our troubles will multiply. A piece of Baktok probably binged up to a cloaked vessel in orbit. Let us return to your ship and see if we can find it. Ever since Gempok recognized the government on New Romulus, the number of Romulan ships in orbit over Kronos has increased. Most of them have legitimate reasons for being here. As a diplomat, I realize that harassing such a ship could lead to an incident. That's trouble we do not need. Very well. I am willing to continue, as long as you understand that discovering the vessel that holds our quarry will be difficult. There's a lot of warp and impulse traffic in the area. It's too much for the scanners to handle, especially if we're dealing with a cloaked ship. That's assuming the ship is still in the system. They may have gone to warp as soon as the spy stepped off the transporter pad. Ah, your intuition served us well, my friend. Scanners are detecting trace singularity distortions from the nearby asteroids. I believe a cloaked Romulan warbird recently entered warp there. If we get a closer scan, I will be able to plot a course based on the warp trail signature.
I'm being pursued by annoying Klingon insects. What are they called? Ah, glove flies. As much as I would love to dance, I have a pressing appointment elsewhere. So let's change partners.
He's stuck in the rock.
Let's Let's see if we can follow the warp trail of the Romulan leader. Scanning. Ah, there it is. Warp trail detected. Sensor analysis indicates that the Romulan is headed for the Forcus system. Agreed. I believe Lady Sorella's suspicions were correct. The Romulans mean to kill Maven and anyone that gets in their way. Like my father. Both Maven and my father are formidable warriors, but even they can be overwhelmed by numbers and treachery. I must go to Forcus to warn them. Will you join me, my friend?
Well, let's see if we time out. Good morning. Okay, boy, I can't read that. Skeptic Taco Batman 1. Okay, that is an awesome name. And we timed out. Gosh darn it. And how are you this morning, kind sir or ma'am? Well, since you're Batman, I'll call you sir. I hope you are not, like me, oversleeping and still in your jammies when you should be getting ready for work.
I've hailed him several times, but he has not answered. Either he is unable to respond, or unwilling to respond. Let us hope he is engaged with the Batleth tournament, and watching over Maven. We will need to beam down to the surface to know for certain, however. Yes, she is dropping into orbit over Forcus 3, and hailing us. It appears Commander Tarson would like a word.
You are becoming an annoyance. You have made yourself a target by defending the House of Martok. By following no choice but to destroy you.
Alrighty, let's go shoot this guy. Well, I hope you are having a great day, sir. Aha, what do you sell on eBay? And that would be a job anyway. There's so much work involved with it. Oh, shoot.
Beat neutral. He cloaked. Scan for energy traces so we can follow him.
Ooh. Somewhere in my stash of stuff, I have hero clicks from Pacific Rim. Which I will have to go find. I'm sure I packed them up and put them someplace safe and they're in storage while I slowly get ready to move.
We must find him. Quickly!
So Skeptic Echo, tell me about playing the game. Ah. Well, I hope your mom appreciates you.
You cannot stop what is already set in motion. The Klingon Empire will fall.
So the question then would be, do you play the game? This game, that is. Or for that matter, do you play any games? Alright, let's see if the other ship pops back out. There he is. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Tarson may have...
Every now and then, Skeptic Taco, it's interesting to take a look on the changes that have occurred in our lives from when we were born till this day. But then I hear the stories of my grandmother, who was born in the late 1800s and lived to, let's see, 1991? She was over 100 when she passed. And in her life, they went from, when she was a child, they would put the milk from the dairy, they'd milk the cows in the morning, put it into the big milk containers, put it on the back of the horse-drawn carriage, and take it down to the train station in town to get it shipped to Chicago.
But their Klingon allies will be able to move freely. Even so, someone might have
Before she
noticed
passed
some
away,
unusual
102 years later,
Let's start.
we had computers, not like we do now, but definitely computers. She'd seen people go to the moon. Gone from horse-drawn carriages to everybody having a car, including her, which was a terrifying thing. Love my grandma. Should not have been driving.
And look!
Alright, let's go
Hearing
talk to the
chant
tournament administrator.
sounds of battles reminds me of the first time I celebrated the Côte Baval festival. That was the first time I remember understanding what it means to be a Klingon warrior.
Nuknek, speak quickly. I have a tournament to run, and little time for fools. Access is limited to maintenance staff and competitors. If you have a security concern, take it up with security. I am, and you will explain your impudence before I show you why I am in charge. The hard way.
There is another way. Is it still possible to enter the tournament?
Not as a competitor, but we do have an opening for an exhibition match. One of the fighters put enough blood wine in his gut to drop the Gone King and had to withdraw. If you wish to take his place, I will allow it. Then combat you shall have. No firearms are allowed. you must use a melee weapon. A batleth is preferred, but this is an exhibition, so you may use an unconventional melee weapon if you wish.
Enough talk, I am ready to fight. Alrighty, let's get up here. Bring it on. I am the Karen. Thank you.
This concludes the exhibition. Our next match will begin shortly. Ha! You fight well. Work on your form, and you might qualify for next year's tournament. You may use the locker rooms to clean up. Good. Should you have the courage, I will allow you the honor of buying me a blood wine later. Perhaps we will see if you drink as well as you fight.
I said that I would tell you the story of how I came to be called Chemtom. Chemtom was the name of a warrior who saved my father from assassins on Moranga Falls. I used the name Chemtom to honor his memory, to remind me of what it means.
A glob fly
to
buzzes
be
into
Klingon.
these hallowed chambers. The insect buzzes still. I think it...
More traitors in league with Tarson. They must be preparing to strike.
Target located. Crimes include sabotage and assassination.
Hey, good morning, Wolfie.
Termination authorized.
Well, that was short. Okay. And how are you this morning, Wolfie? I am cold and I overslept and
Looking for Maven? He is in another room, further down the hallway.
I'd love to curl up and just spend the day in bed, but that's not going to
Maven
happen.
has fallen to treachery. The House of Martok will have its rip. He's using the field to weaken our energy weapons. Switch to a melee weapon.
Tor, I need reinforcements.
Well, it's a little too late for that. But I'll take the melee kills, thank you very much. Well, Wolfie, come on up here. After we had a couple of warm days for spring, we had an ice storm last night. Or the night before. So it's cold and everything's covered in ice.
What is the meaning of this, Alexander? Maven was sent here to replace his equipment, and yet I find you here, surrounded by Romulans with the grandson of Martok dead at your feet.
Lady Sorella feared that you alone would not be able to keep her grandson safe. We followed these Romulans here, and would have stopped them had these halls not been filled with Klingon traitors. And where were you when these assassins struck?
I see you have been listening to my son's conspiracy theories again. He talks of peace and uniting the houses, yet here he is, with a blade in his hand, looking for glory. I told you I wanted nothing to do with this.
While you were here at the tournament, assassins moved against Lady Sorella at her own estate. If we hadn't tracked down this agent and disarmed his explosive, she would be dead as well. At every step, we have encountered Klingons hiding in the shadows, with blades at our backs.
I have not seen this evidence, but I believe what you say. We will get to the bottom of this. That does not mean we can act rashly. If there were Klingons aiding these agents, then we are still in danger.
Agreed. A great house conspiring with the Tal Shiar to assassinate other Klingons. And it is not just a theory. How high does the corruption go?
Sorella and the rest of the House of Martok will mourn for her grandson. But I must also see that security remains a priority. To start, I am sending you a recruit from our house, the warrior Belera. She's been personally trained by me, and will aid your crew as we fight against the House of Torg.
House
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
My former jailers were from that house.
Alright. So, yeah, I could use warmer weather. It is, however, March 16th, and that's a little early in the year for warm weather. Alright, let's switch over to a different character and see what we've got for endeavors for the day. Gorney's always our best one, so let's take a look at the Gorn. Polaron damage, disruptor damage on the ground, and destroy Terran ships in the battle zone. Where are we at? We're at 640. Who's got some Polaron? I want to say... might be Captain Speed Demon. Yeah, we actually had very nice weather last week, Wolfie. I was down to just wearing a jacket to work. Back to winter coat, and actually last night was cold enough for getting out a parka. Not my good parka, but a parka, so we'll take that. Alright, let's head off to the Terran battle zone. See if we can take out 30 ships. Then I have to go get ready for work, folks. A little early because pajamas. And the good news about it being cold is I forgot to order new inner tubes for my bike, so if it's this cold I won't worry about biking for a few more days and can order up some tubes. Oh, I don't want to do that. Come on, let me enter the Badlands. Seriously? Alright, let's head over there. Let's see if we can help out over here. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is Tuesday. We're good. Can do that. Yeah, Ed's internet passed on. We were talking about this earlier. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Whether he's got an issue with his ISP or if he's got a hardware issue. I don't think it's hardware. But it might be with the cabling, because as I understand it, it doesn't come direct into his apartment, but routes through a neighbor's apartment. So I don't know if the neighbor has issues, if he has issues, if it's his ISP. He can connect on occasionally through his phone, but obviously not going to do that for the show. One, because it's just horrible to try and do a live stream on a phone. But it also just sucks up his data. What, I've only gotten 2 ships? Ugh. So he does send messages. He specifically said to say hi to you, Wolfie, so hi.
2 generators offline. 1 to go.
I suspect they know the problem, but it doesn't mean there's a fast solution to it. When I had the internet put in here at this apartment, if they had hooked it up, it would have taken about 10 minutes because they knew what they were doing. But because they have a no contact policy, they couldn't come in, they couldn't touch any of my equipment. This is before they realized it's really hard to pick up COVID from touching things. And my son and I were up for like 9 hours trying to figure it out, and it's because the instructions online were wrong. Always a good thing. I will definitely say hi to him, but if you send him a message in-game, he does get in-game to do his dailies, and he can pick up messages. Oh goody, 4 ships out of 30. Ugh. But we're close on our Polaron damage, so that'll be something. Let's see, what do we want? Oop, only 1 zone left. I guess we're going over there. He said he was hanging out at Ryza and doing his event dailies from there. So if you hang out at Ryza, you might see him.
Device is active. Stay within 3 kilometers to start shutting it down. That incoming Terran Nebula science vessel will try to push you out of the area.
Wow, still only up to 4 ships. But I've got my Polaron damage, so I should be happy. Watch out. The Terran Nebula class science vessel will be closer away from the satellite. Wow. Only up to 8 ships. Amazing. it'll turn into a bunch of dust.
Nebula science vessel incoming. Watch out for repulsor. Nebula science vessel incoming. Watch out for repulsor. Watch out. Terran Nebula class.
Unfortunately, this is going to go over to planet killers and, over to bases in just a moment, and I have got to get ready for work. So let's finish up this one, and I think we'll have to leave the planets to themselves today.
Watch out. The Terran Nebula class science vessel. Also, keep away from the satellite. Devices in standby. Complete the shutdown process. Device shutdown. Excellent work.
Aha, we lost his own, no wonder.
Near universe bases are transitioning to our universe. Head
Alrighty, well,
stop them.
got my 10 ships, which isn't quite the 30 I need, but I think that makes it time for me to head out of here. So I'm going to say goodbye, everyone. On behalf of the Darkmom Consortium, I want to thank everyone who joined us today. It was nice to meet you, Skeptical Taco Batman. Wolfie, good to see you as always. For everybody out there, have a great day. We will be on tonight. I'm not sure if it's going to be me or DT, but it'll be one of us, and that'll be at 7, so in 12 hours and 10 minutes. So everyone, have a great day. Take care. We'll see you later.